Hey guys, my name is Jean-Sébastien Charles, and today I'm going to show you how to install a server and a client for the Atavism MMO Creator. So this tutorial will be in three parts because there's a lot of stuff to go through. So as you can see on my screen here, I have Notepad open. So for the first part, I'll show you how you're going to set up your server, how to set up a static IP, firewall, and all the rest. This is really basic stuff, so if you want, you can just go to part 2. But for people that don't know how to open ports and stuff like that in Windows, I'll show you how to do this. So that will be, like I said, a 3-part tutorial. So let's get started. Okay guys, for the first part, we're gonna set a static IP for the computer that's gonna run the server part of your Atavism project. So what you want to do is go to the little icon here. This is Windows 7. Open Network and Sharing, and here you have Change Adapter Setting. Double click on your local area connection, then Properties, and over here you have Protocol TCP IP version 4. So right now it's receiving a DHCP connection. Make sure, if I do CMD here and IP config, you'll get your information. I have presently address 137. Your address should be, if you're not familiar with those, your IP should be something like 192.168.0 point something or 192.168.1 point something. So, and make sure you know your gateway here. And if you do the same with /all, you'll have more information as your DNS. So make sure that you take the same DNS. Here I'm using this DNS. Yours might be your internet provider DNS. So make sure you have those handy or next to you. So we'll take an address that's not in use in your local area network scope. So what you want to do is right here you're gonna write your address that you want to use. Make sure it's not in use, and usually make sure it's under 100 or over 150. And the network mask should be 255.255.0. Then your gateway, the same that is over here, default gateway. So just type whatever information you have here. I'm gonna have 10.9.1. And your DNS, this is the number you'll have here. So mine is this one. And then just click OK and OK again. And if you have no conflicts, it should be okay. Before you try to enter an IP, you could always try to ping the IP that you want to use. Like I'm using 1.91 and now it pings because I've just set up that machine as 0.91. But for yourself, if you want to make sure, if I do 10.98.92, it won't ping. I could have used that address instead. Okay, once your static IP is set up, we'll need to make some firewall rules. So what you want to do, just type firewall, and you'll have Windows Firewall with advanced security. Just do add, and we'll add inbound rules. So you'll have to create a new rule, and let's select port here, then next. We'll start with the TCP. So in the video description below, you'll have all the IPs. I'll just write it down. So as you can see, just put a comma between each address you want to open. Okay. Then we'll do next and allow the connection. That's what we want. And for all the network connection, and I'll call this Atavism Firewall rules. That was for TCP. We'll do the same with the same rules, but for UDP. So UDP, and I just copied what I wrote down before, and just do next. And that's Atavism UDP Firewall. Okay. We'll do another rule that's for MySQL that we'll install a little bit later. We'll do the port, TCP, and for MySQL it's 3306, and that will allow anybody that's outside this computer to connect to MySQL. And we'll call MySQL Firewall. So now you're done with your firewall for that computer. Then depending on your router, you'll have to get access to your router and forward those ports to your TCP address. So this one is using port 91. Yours can be whatever you want, but you'll need to get onto your router and do those changes. Mine is quite complicated, so I won't show it to you. But usually you just type in your gateway that we saw just prior, so it could be, and sorry about that, I installed a new machine to show you guys how to do that, so yours should be something like this, or might be something like this. Then press enter. You'll be asked for your username and password. You might want to go to the router's website and you'll have information on how to do port forwarding. So I'll close this. What you want to do next is go onto the NoIP website. Always the link are provided below. So noip.com. And then you'll do a sign up. Follow the information on this website. They'll show you everything you need to know. This will be, instead of always having to remember what's your IP, your one IP, your internet IP, you'll be able to have a name at NoIP. So it could be atavis.noip.com or myhomename.noip.com. That will be needed later on. So I'll let you guys do that. I know this is a really basic video. It's really to help you guys that don't know how to use everything that you need to set up your server. And these tutorials are good also for any servers you'll want later on. Might be Minecraft 7 days or other servers like that. What we want to do next, we'll need to install a couple of packages. So I already downloaded them. They're all available in the description below. You'll need the Java Development Kit, Java Runtime Environment Kit, and then you'll need the Visual C++ Service Distribution Package. So I'll install all of those. I'll cut the video here because they take a couple of minutes, and I'll be back for the XAMP installation afterward. Okay guys, I've just finished installing the 3 packages I told you about. What also I installed 7-zip that I'll need later on. It's not mandatory. You could use WinRAR or WinZip. I think does RAR now. And I've installed Notepad++. So these are not mandatory once again, but they're really helpful if you don't have them. So this was part 1 of this tutorial. Once again, really basic stuff if you didn't know about them. Then we'll jump into part 2. So I'll see you back in a bit for the next tutorial.